learners to Form 3 mathematics. I would like us to look at this question which was tested recently in KCSE. I think it was in year 2020. Form 3 work. Two variables x and y are such that y varies directly as x, direct variation line, as x raised to n. There is a power there, where n is a constant. Given that y is equals to 320 when x is 16, and y is equals to 2560 when x is 64, learner, find the value of n. Find the value of n. So how do you go about this? You go to the first sentence. Y varies directly as x raised to n. Y varies directly as x raised to n. That is the first step, direct variation. From there we replace this sign, proportionality sign, with equal to k x raised to n. K is a proportionality constant. From there, learner, you come and fix your figures. Y is 320 when x is 16. So 320 is equals to k times 16 raised to n. Let us write it that way. K is equals to 16 raised to n. From there, learner, make k the subject of the formula. Divide both sides by 16 raised to n. Divide by 16 raised to n. This and this will cancel out. And therefore, learner, our k is 320 over 16 raised to n. Call that Roman 1. From there, learner, we go to the second part. When y is 2560, x is 64. You again substitute here. So when y is 2560, this would be equal to k times x is 64 this time, 64 raised to n, like that. So again, make k the subject of the formula. So divide by 64 raised to n, divide by 64 raised to n. Learner, this cancels out, and therefore again, our k learner is equals to what? 2560 divided by 64 raised to n. Call this equation 2, Roman 2. From there, learner, you have two expressions or two equations to do with the k. K is equals to this, k is equals to this. Equate the two. Equate the two, Roman 1 and 2, to get your n. Equate the two. And therefore we write 320 over 16 raised to n is equals to 2560 over 64 raised to n. From there, learner, put the like terms together. These numbers with power n together on one side and these on the other side. So we can do this simply by cross multiplying. I know there are many ways that you can use, but you can do it by cross multiplication. If you cross multiply like this, learner, you will finally see that 64 raised to n will come here. So you get 64 raised to n, divide by 16 raised to n, which would be equal to what? 2560, and this one will come down here, 320. So cross multiply, learner, you'll finally find out that this one comes here and this comes here. Okay? So from there, learner, we have 64 raised to n, 16 raised to n. You can write it this way. You can write it as 64 over 16, okay, raised to power n. Both of them are raised to n. So you can say 64 over 16 raised to n is equals to what, learner? You divide this, dividing this gives you 8. Look at that. So you express this, you write them raised to the same power, which is n. So working out this, learner, you get 4. 64 over 16 is 4. Let me continue up here. 64 over 16 is 4. So 4 raised to n gives you what? Okay, we come and talk of 4 raised to n, Lana, is equals to 8. Okay, 4 raised to n is equals to 8. Express this using a common base. The base is 2. This is 2 squared raised to n is equals to 2 cubed. Look at that. 4. This is 4 raised to n. 2 squared raised to n. So multiply this. You'll get 2 raised to 2n is equals to 2 raised to 3. Common bases here, Lana, are equated. And therefore, how do you get your n? You equate the powers. Look at that. Equate the powers now that you have common bases. So 2n is equals to 3. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And therefore, Lana, your n will be what? You cancel out that. Your n is 3 over 2, which is equals to 1.